The question is that the motion be agreed to, and I call the member for Flinders.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Speaker. I rise to speak on this private member's motion regarding the NBN, a motion I read in utter disbelief given the preposterous delusion it contains. Let us look at the facts. How could the NBN be, as the member for Lyons asserts, a masterclass of technological incompetence and financial mismanagement when, by the time of the federal election this year, the NBN had in fact made ready for connection 12.1 million Australian homes, of which 8.5 million had in fact been connected, given 5.1 million homes access to ultra-fast speeds of up to a gigabit per second through either fibre to the premises or HFC, created 304 business fibre zones, 127 of them in regional Australia, connecting more than 1.5 million businesses to enterprise Ethernet, more than 315,000 of them in non-metropolitan areas, and its revenue more than doubled between 2018 and 2022 from 1.9 billion to 5.1 billion, and indeed the NBN had reduced the debt outstanding on the Commonwealth's loan from 19.5 billion originally to 6.4 billion. Does this sound like technological incompetence and financial mismanagement? I don't think so. When Labor conceived of the NBN, the internet was largely an email-based system in the home. At the time, only 70% of Australian homes had access to the internet, the majority through digital subscriber line services, the old DSL. The average monthly household download was minuscule. Download speeds were measured in kilobytes per second. Today, it is over 500 gigabytes a month, and download speeds are up to 1 gigabit per second. I have news to break to the government. The speed of the internet received in the family home or small business depends largely on the speed selected by the household or the business. Today, roughly 3/4 of all residential and business customers are connected to plans with download speeds of 50 megabits and above. Of those, slightly less than 20% have opted for a speed of 100 megabits or higher. That is, in their judgment, enough for their needs. For millions of households and small businesses, 50 megabits per second does everything they need, enabling them to operate multiple devices, running streaming and video conferencing simultaneously. Prior to the election, vast improvements were already underway, funded by NBN revenue, not by taxpayer dollars. And by the time of the federal election in late May, hundreds and thousands of Australian homes were already able to elect to upgrade to fibre to the premises connections from their existing fibre to the node premises, if that indeed was what they wanted. When Labor promised an NBN, it promised an unattainable dream, and it delivered a train wreck. The full Rudd fantasy was a network serving 90% of homes with speeds of up to 100 megabits per second, to be completed within 8 years at a cost of $43 billion. All it takes is a cursory look at the corporate statements of NBN at the time of the Rudd government lost power to see the truth of what was actually delivered. In 2012, the NBN corporate plan had a target of 286,000 premises for June of 2013. In June of 2013, the NBN fell a full 100,000 premises short of its own target. It took a Liberal national government to get the NBN back on track, and if I may say so, it took an exceptional group of telco, governance, finance, construction, legal and public policy experts leading the NBN to deliver the ubiquitous high-quality NBN Australians enjoy today. I served with many of those people of the calibre of Ziggy Switkowski, Kate McKenzie, Drew Clark, Michael Malone, Andrew Dix, Kerry Schott, Patrick Flanagan, Justin Milne, Shirley Entfeld, Bill Morrow and, of course, the great Stephen Rue, among others. There was no finer government business enterprise board steering NBN through massive change and significant risk through natural disasters and indeed the global pandemic. It was precisely due to the leadership of that board and the company's senior management that Australia was able to continue to function through the pandemic. Schooling, further study, health, work, weddings, arts, funerals, arts and culture, traffic levels rose by 70% during the day. Our entire lives, it all went online, almost without a glitch or a silent buffering wheel. Labor has no shame. This government has tried to paint NBN's self-funded 2020 announcement of a $4.5 billion upgrade as a change in direction from the multi-technology mix rollout. It is nothing of the sort. That upgrade was consistently aligned with the Coalition's long-term strategy, set out as early as 2013, when it shifted from Labor's plan, a plan which overpromised and under-delivered. The Coalition's plan was to build an NBN that Australians actually needed and wanted, and as demand for higher speeds emerged, upgrades have been made and continue to be made to the network using the full gamut of global improvements in telecommunications technology and know-how.